So this is how I've been feeling for the past week or 10 days, but I'm a lot better now and I'm back. Morning. Today is Sunday and it's about 9 o'clock in the morning, and I've taken a ride up to Wat Phra That Chom Kitty, which I've been to before. It's about 45 minutes ride from my house, and I'm told it has some amazing views and you can see as far as Chiang Mai on a clear day. But unfortunately I still haven't managed to get here on a clear day. Behind me is where you ought to be able to see Chiang Mai, but once again we have got the old smoke problem back, and the air quality is getting back up into 3 figures again. I feel like I want to do something different in these videos. I don't know whether bored's the right word, but I seem to be churning out the same stuff all the time. Jump on the bike, go somewhere, film when you get there, jump on the bike again, come back home. And a lot of you are very kind and you say you really enjoy it, but I think I'd like to mix things up a bit, see if I can make my channel a little bit more interesting. So you don't want to be seeing my ugly mug for the rest of the video, so I'll give you something pleasant to look at while I waffle on. As I suggested at the beginning, I haven't exactly been feeling in the most positive of moods for the past week, 10 days, 2 weeks or so. And this is doubtless due to getting far too involved in the virus situation. And on top of that, I've had my visa extension to worry about as well. This time I got the full gamut. As well as the depression, I started getting anxiety attacks as well, which is something I used to get back in the UK, but I haven't had once since coming to Thailand. By the way, I'm not making this video looking for any kind of sympathy. I neither want it nor deserve it, to be honest. If this video helps one person who is suffering from any kind of bout of depression at the moment, then that makes it all worthwhile doing. Sitting here thinking about it, in a lovely country such as this, with great weather, no real draconian measures being taken, though obviously some restrictions, I began to wonder what the hell I was feeling so depressed about. Okay, it's a pre-existing condition which I'm prone to, so I suppose there's some excuse, but I started thinking about some poor soul locked in a bedsit in London who suffered from the same difficulties I do, and it must be absolutely horrendous. I don't think I could cope with it. So anybody who's watching this video in that situation, you have my deepest sympathy. So for what it's worth, here's my take on the virus situation. As far as I'm concerned, there's an awful lot of this doesn't make any sense at all. I'm sure there's some people who watch my channel who are also subscribed to Retire Cheap JC. If you want to know about expat life in Thailand and other parts of Southeast Asia, particularly if you're at the stage of planning to make the move, I can highly recommend the site. It was very useful for me in working out what I needed to do before I got here. End of free plug for JC, never gives me one. Anyway, he put a video out last night Thailand time, probably midday UK time, regarding his take on the virus situation. And we both agree that there's just so many things that don't make sense at all. I mean, here's probably the all-time classic of the lot, that you're allowed to go to Costco or Walmart if you're in the States, or any supermarket if you're in the UK, and they'll be packed with people doing their shopping, but you're not allowed to go out on the beach. I mean, figure that one out. And the thing that rankles most about that is that if you're out in the fresh air and the sunshine, you're boosting your immune system, because your vitamin D levels will be increased. It's not called the sunshine vitamin for nothing. In Thailand, there's been a sum total of 57 deaths from the virus out of a population of around, I think it's 66 million, something like that. And we got the whole country shut down. Just lunatic. And that's not a criticism of Thailand, because it's virtually the same in every other country in the world. But I think the low death rate here is probably because outside of the cities, most people work out in the open air. Obviously farmers do, but even the people who work in the tourist industry are outdoors most of the time, and as such their immune system is probably very strong. I mean, around where I live, aside from the time that people are in bed at night, I think they're outdoors virtually all the time. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say on the virus situation at the moment. Plenty of conspiracy theories about, some of which I give credence to and some of which I don't. But I think the two extremes are the world population come to their senses and fight against what is happening at the moment, and the other extreme is that we end up with Skynet and Cyberdyne systems. And obviously there's loads of answers between the two of them. On a more positive note, I managed to get my retirement visa extended for another year on Friday of last week. And I have to say the worries and anxiety attacks were all for naught. I was expecting a very long-winded process on Friday, which would probably last most of the day, and I couldn't have been more wrong. I've always used an agent for doing my visa. I know I could do it on my own, but I just don't want the stress, the hassle and the time involved doing it. So for the princely sum of 3,000 baht on top of the visa fee you pay immigration, I get someone to do it for me. Now, I've read many tales of people under the current circumstances spending most of the day and sometimes even having to go back the next day to complete their visa renewals. And this is no word of a lie. The whole process at immigration took me 5 minutes. I didn't have to go into the main hall where we generally go. I was taken round the side of the building into an office at the back, plonked down on a chair opposite a guy behind a desk who took my photo for his files, handed me my passport, which had the visa stamp in it already, and it was all over and done with. If there's anybody watching this who resides in Chiang Mai and will be renewing their visa in the not too distant future, feel free to contact me via the email address in my about page on my YouTube channel or via Facebook, and I'll give you the details of the agent I used. So if you made it this far, thanks very much for watching, and I hope you have found this video informative if nothing else. Please let me know if you'd like to see more similar things, but probably on a more cheery note than the content of this one. I'll tell you something for free, it's damned hot at the moment and we really do need some rain. They're not forecasting any for 3 or 4 days yet. Not only have we got the heat that we had in the summer, but the humidity's gone up by about 20%. So before you had things like temperature is 38 but feels like 40, whereas with the humidity now you're getting temperature 38 feels like 43, and it makes an awful difference. So as I say, hopefully the rains will come soon. It'll clear all this smoke out the air again and make it a bit more comfortable to get through the day in. So a thumbs up will be much appreciated if you've enjoyed the video, and again, if you haven't, thumbs down button, click it twice. Also, if you'd like to consider subscribing, that would be much appreciated. Thanks again for watching and hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.